What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I was on a little break. I had some personal things going on, and I have some new equipment, which apparently I have to have my webcam like right up my left nostril for this to sound decent. So bear with me because I'm already irritated and winging it. So according to the poll in the community section of the channel, everyone wanted the channel message for each zodiac sign. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm probably going to face the camera down to the cards. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, they are going to be open probably from, for the month of December for sure, in the last few days in November. So check out the About section of the channel for more information on how to do that, or the description box below. So with that being said, I'm going to tip this camera down to see the cards, and then we will get a message for all of the signs. Sorry if the sound quality goes away. Like I said, apparently it has to be right up my nostril for this to sound decent. I'm starting with the sign of Leo. So a channeled message for the sign of Leo. What is a channeled message for the sign of Leo? Channeled message for the sign of Leo. Something with a Sagittarius for some of you guys, possibly a Libra, but this is also kind of about an experience that you had, Leo, and they're showing the color violet, so your third eye, crown chakra, I feel like, so we're going to get a little medical now because there's lots of medical meetings in the zodiac. Been doing a lot of reading lately, so for some of you guys, you might have some joint pain or like something to do with your knee. I would be mindful of arthritis and, as well as rheumatism, and being careful that some of you guys may have brittle bones that will break a lot easier. So maybe trying to take a calcium supplement. There's one that I take that has calcium, zinc, and magnesium, I think. So just be mindful of that. For some of you, they're saying, I think that, alright, just wait a second, let me see what we've got going on. So your own card came up on the bottom, which is decent. I think that some of you guys are in a karmic cycle, or you're realizing, the karmic cycle swing of things, but I do feel like you or your energy is coming off really innocent, or maybe some of you guys have a daughter. Remember to show love and to, keep an extra eye on the kids that are really sensitive and just maybe not really sure how to balance everything out. Maybe you guys are in a situation, it could be custody, it could be just difference of opinion. I think some of you guys are dealing with someone who's a lot like you, but then they have traits like their mother, and I think that maybe it's just being mindful of, for some, mental illness, keeping an eye on that, but also letting this child be, remembering how innocent that they are. And I'm seeing a lot of with the star energy here. I feel like this could be star seed, star child, like indigo child type of energy. So there could be some special abilities here with this. Some of you guys, I'm seeing a blonde girl. It could be you or someone else, but also the energy of the lion and the lamb is on here. So if you know what that means, if you know, you know. but there's like a illumination of the heart here, along with an opening of, you know, a bigger world. And they're saying never give up on what you love, never forget, you know, that it's okay to nurture your inner child, but also I think that some of you guys are working on your communication, or maybe you need I don't want to say counseling, but I think that some of you guys are at a place in your life where you're kind of a man or woman of little words. You're contemplating things more, you're trying to balance things out. But there again, with the Sagittarius energy, it's a very delicate balance, because one small slip could end up being, you know, very angry or very mellow. You know, I just feel like you do have a really strong guide around you. For some of you guys, it is a younger male, could be female for some of you, but I do feel like someone that you related to really well on certain levels, or that relates to you, or you just, or what you need to know is there's a Sagittarius in your life that has this energy around them, that they're being guided to, and they're working on themselves. With the Hierophant, I feel like if you're in a relationship or if you're working towards one, it's going to be kind of you know, with, let's see if I can get this in the camera, but you see the stairs. It's something where enjoy the small things that make you laugh, in the moments that make you smile, but it's going to be a struggle for some of you, whether it's children, whether it's a relationship, but that doesn't mean that you can't have your own sense of independence, that you can't give these people their own sense of independence. It doesn't mean that it can't be done. It just means that I think that it's time to find the balance between work and play, and making time for one another, I see is something else, but also, you know, watching what it is that you say to each other, because there's a lot of love here. It's just the ability to discern for some of you. Scorpio is next. What are the channeled messages for the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio, I see something with philosophy, something with communications, studying, school, travel. I feel like they're saying, you know, keep on your journey, maybe keep doing your studying that you've been doing, or just be creative in what it is that you've learned. I feel like Scorpio has a lot of knowledge that may not be portrayed, or is difficult to teach sometimes, or difficult to put into words. But I do feel like this is something you genuinely love doing, and it has a lot to do with your family and stability in your home life. So, you know, take care of yourself. New things are coming into fruition. You're going to be having, I think, more ideas, and there will be some maybe new friendships or new opportunities to work with other people. So don't stay stuck in, you know, I think they're saying basically speak up sometimes, not keep everything to yourself. Because a lot of people think, you know, Scorpio, oh, they're so mysterious, they're so secretive. No, we just really don't know how to put into words what goes through our fucking mind sometimes. I do see some just maybe headaches for some of you guys, a need to, what's vitamin D, you know, maybe we're not getting a lot of sun because I see a lot of ice in the background. I do feel like there's definitely the crow as some of your guys' animal, but just being mindful of what you're listening to, what you're telling yourself, maybe how other people are communicating with you, and what, you know, what you're taking to heart in certain friendships, etc. You have the Sun, the Tower, the Hierophant. So this is a lot of major arcana, but along with that, a decision here about what it is that makes you happy. You know, what makes your heart sing? What is it that you can bring out of this complete destruction that you've been through over and over again? Some of you guys 16 times, 19 times, or at that age, but I just feel like this has been something that has came in pretty hard. This is something you've went through more than once. Some of you guys have the gift of prophecy, but I do feel like embrace your sense of individuality. Some of you guys take care of your heart. Some of you guys don't feel bad if you are doing things your own way. Maybe some of you guys are sleeping a lot, but I do feel like there's some type of rest here that's needed in your home, or maybe creating a space in your home. For some of you, it's adding the color red to the place where you sleep. I do feel like there is or was something that maybe, I think it's honestly your belief systems. Everything that you've been taught is like coming to an end, and you're redoing it in your own way, but at the same time not really telling a whole lot of people, kind of keep things to yourself. But if it truly makes you happy, if it's truly something you want to do, Scorpio, then don't let anybody dull your shine. You have the Queen of Wands at the bottom, and we all know her with her black cat. She's nothing to play with, you know, and I just think that there's some changes here, but it's okay to embrace them. It's okay to dance to the beat of your own drum sometimes, but also remember you're heavily guarded and protected at all times, and just connect to that energy of love and happiness at times when things get a little bit gray for too long, because Scorpio has a tendency to go into a dark place for so long. It's like time to come out and play, Scorpio. Taurus, what is the channel message for this sign of Taurus? Taurus, you have some choices to make to bring about changes in your life, but there again, with the experience and the decisions and the adaptability, it's not like this is something that's new to you. I think that some of you guys feel that you're not emotionally supported. I definitely feel there's some nutritional deficiencies here for some of you guys. We're in a time right now where we're not absorbing anything from the food that we're eating, or we're not getting the right vitamins. I do feel like it could be affecting some of you guys, different parts of your life. It's about finding the harmony through the conflict. I do feel that there is a situation here where you got hurt really bad, someone else got hurt really bad, so you're in a state of rest. But then there's this new opportunity here. So after the storm, you know, after this pain, you're being offered something completely brand new, and it's okay to go after it. It's okay to follow your passion, to be wild and free again, if this is something you truly want to do. But be mindful of things that are put in your life, whether they're people. Some of you guys have someone who likes to scream and cry for whatever reason. Could be a child, but I feel like it's a person, a grown-ass person that just is a lot of temptation for you. So I would be mindful of that, and to not kind of play into that. Get some sleep, you know. There again, you guys have the same energy of your heart energy, you know. I think that it's repairing itself if you're sleeping a lot. Your mental states don't fly off the handle necessarily, but I do encourage you to move forward, even if you feel like you're not completely whole, or you don't really know, or maybe someone's emotions kind of were out of whack. I think the communication skills are the problem, you know, and the what you're holding on to in certain aspects is a need to remove yourself from certain situations, and not giving that so much attention, because you're healing, Taurus, but at kind of a slow rate. And I feel like some of you guys have connections from all over that are kind of pulling you in more than one direction, which is kind of causing you to not know what it is that you want, for lack of better words. But I think that it's important to know that you are healing. All right, Aquarius, what is the channel message for the sign of Aquarius? Aquarius. Way too many. Some of you guys could have some bladder issues or colon, something to do with, and be mindful of hernias and manganese. There's a lot of toxins, for lack of better words, so it might be time to do heavy metal or some kind of cleanse or whatever the case may be, because you have the moon on the bottom here. So channel message for Aquarius. Some of you guys are very stuck in your ways. Some of you guys are living life as if it's a game of chess, and in some energy where it's not like you can't go forward in the way that you're going, but it's like what end is it going to bring? Because it's like, what do you need to leave behind? What are you walking away from, or what have you caused to walk away from you? For some of you guys, maybe it needed to happen. I'm not gonna say negatively it's your fault. I do feel like there's a need to have compassion for other people and yourself, and don't be afraid to take the time out to work on yourself without worrying about other people. I do feel like sometimes classic Seven of Swords comes up for you because it's your energy, but it's not always about lying and cheating and stealing. Sometimes it's just about getting away from something that you'd rather avoid. And I think that there's something that you need to kind of face instead of just watching it leave your life and keeping things to yourself. Some of you guys do need to get an MRI or some type of scan as well, because there's some things here that are trying to be revealed to you, and maybe options as far as holistic. But I do feel like there is some things going on that you may need your attention, and something you're unaware of. Libra, what is the channeled message for the sign of Libra? Libra, you guys need more zinc, as well as some type of medical advice you were getting isn't accurate, especially when it has to do with heart issues. Some of you guys are dealing with sciatic nerve issues and depression, and those could be a vitamin D deficiency, which masks and then turns into like heart disease and eyesight issues. So if you have any of those things, just be mindful that maybe the advice that you heard about something may not have been true, but there could be things revealed to you in your dreams. Things are going to be, a lot of things are revealed to people in your dreams. There's something you're not talking about with people, though. It might even be headaches or something to do with your brain even. It could be mental health, but it also is just like a lot of maybe insomnia, maybe anxiety, but it has something to do with something you're avoiding, Libra, when it has to do with your emotions. It has to do with something that you just rather leave the way that it is, but it's affecting you because you're not saying something. Some of you guys have something to do with your mother. Some of you guys have something to do with maybe another earth sign that, you know, you look up to, that you want to say something to. But I just feel like there is there's a way to solve this, but it has a lot to do with like your own inner, I don't know if you can see this card, but you see how it's a staircase, but what's being highlighted is what you need to look into. If you know what I'm talking about, you should, but I'm just saying it has a lot to do with maybe where some of the ideas are coming from, or, you know, the clarity that you need. Capricorn, what are the channel messages for the sign of Capricorn? Some of you guys are, could be dealing with some swelling. I do feel like there is some health and wellness things that do need work here. But if maybe you guys, again with the zinc, again with the different options that you could possibly have, but being mindful of maybe hereditary things that could have been inherited to you by your family. It's almost like some of you guys like are telling yourselves, I have everything that I want and I don't understand why I'm not happy, because some of you guys are still dealing with a lot of, like, I want to say CPSD. That's the chronic, you know, after you've kind of been in fight or flight for too long. And so it's causing you to not really know what you want to do next. It's like you have all these ideas, you want to go somewhere, but I think that you're afraid to fail, afraid to fall, afraid that you're not being able to balance things, that you're not getting the right communication or whatever the case may be, and you are, but because of your sign and the tendency for things to go in the wrong direction, if you know what I mean, take care of those parts of yourself that may be stagnant right now, because I think there's a reason, you know, that maybe there was an old sports injury for some of you guys that you forgot about. Maybe for some of you guys there's some kind of thing that you could be manifesting subconsciously into your life or into your head, and that paranoia is going to bring in things that you don't want. Lean on your friends and their understanding. Understand that you will be finding out or realizing just how protected that you are, but it's a time to communicate, whether it's I don't want to say subconsciously, but intuitively, or like, you know, in a dream state or whatever the case may be. But also wearing the color blue more at this time is going to help you with your self-expression and the receptivity. Sagittarius, what are the channel messages for the sign of Sagittarius? Some of you guys are dealing with the Libra, some of you guys dealing with the Gemini, or that's maybe looking up where those are in your chart. Some of you guys have someone in your life who keeps things to himself, and you're not really understanding. So you guys are in a relationship with someone, or you're friends with somebody, or you're not really understanding like what they're going through, and I feel like this person has to go within themselves to deal with what they're going through. But you know, sending them positive healing is important. Going to the food that the earth provides, especially roots of certain kind. For some of you guys, you'll know what that means. If not, then book me for a personal reading, because I can send you in the right direction. Because I think that there's a want of things to change, but maybe you're not sure how. Maybe you aren't sure how to fix certain things. You can fix things for everyone else, but when it comes to you, you don't know. Some of you guys have something to do with your sacral energy, your solar plexus, as well as you got some chakras, I feel like, that are just out of whack, or the person you're dealing with is. And it's not for lack of, you know, for love. I think the love is here. It's just someone could be dealing with some things like they had surgery on, or you had surgery on, and maybe there were some complications or just something. I also see womb healing here. I see there could have been something that your mother had as a child. I just feel like there is a buildup of toxins where there's a need to detox, you know, heavy metal detox. If you Google that, there's a smoothie and stuff that you can take, and there's certain vitamins. Otherwise, like I said, get at me. It's just something where there's a lot of chatter. I feel like there's a lot of things that you feel like you're blinded to, but it's like people are doing things, dealing with themselves or another person in a way where they don't really know how to express it to you. And it could be causing them a lot of like not sleeping, could be insomnia. With the Chariot, there could be, you know, some, honestly, food allergies. They're genetic issues, and allergies and toxins that are causing some issues in someone's life. Maybe they don't want to talk about it. Maybe they don't want to worry you or vice versa. And maybe it's like they're coming off really aggressive and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like you just want to know what's going on. And the thing is, it's like maybe you need to have a more gentle approach with this person, because I think some of you guys really weren't, the way that your father loved you and the way that maybe you love the people around you is a little bit strong and not how you'd want to come off, or whatever the case may be. But don't be afraid to look around and find people that have the gifts and abilities to find you what you need. Virgo, what are the channel messages for the sign of Virgo? Virgo, you have a lot of talents, and it's time to use those creativity, whether it's just, you know, do you like drawing or painting or crafts or something to get your little overactive mind put to use. You know, I feel like there's something that you're going to be finding out about yourself, or just something where, you know, maybe you guys spend a lot of time being a caretaker to people and you kind of want like this outlet. Some of you guys need to tell your partner or vice versa that you want to go on dates and you want to have flowers and you know, go back to that, or could be your own partner. But I just feel like you guys are notorious for keeping things to yourself and sometimes expecting people to either understand or to know. And it's like you don't want people to worry about you, but at the end of the day, you guys worry about people. So maybe it's time to just be honest, whether it's to someone who you normally wouldn't talk to, or another outlet of just venting, because, you know, the more we let things build up, the more they internally kind of, I don't want to say destroy us, but they do cause a lot of issues. And I do feel like there's some study here, there's some travel. I think that, you know, maybe looking into a new subject that interests you, or a new book. You know, I think you guys have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of ability to be a teacher to so many, because of your gifts and your talents, and, you know, your... I think some of you guys are just really good moms or parents, and you know how to like organize shit and keep things fun and active. But then when it comes to you need the same stimulation. So just remembering that. I do feel like there's a time here where there's a lot of things that maybe karmic cycles changing, ending, not being afraid of that, not being afraid to have a conversation. Some of you guys have a air sign in your life who doesn't say a whole lot, but they watch everything, you know, like you wouldn't think they're paying attention, but they are. Some of you guys have a friend who's really free-spirited, and maybe they are like an art collector, or they definitely they walk to the beat of their own drum. And I think that's a really good friend of yours, or even it's just getting outside and walking somewhere, or watching the stars, or just doing something outside your comfort zone. I think that it would help you to figure out what it is that you want to do next. Like, what is it that you want to do or say, or, you know, what is your inspiration at this point? Because I feel like you're trying to figure it out and you're just not really sure. And some of you guys could be like really bored and just need someone to talk to, or maybe you need to draw or get some things out, or, you know, they're saying never give up on what you love. So whatever that is. Aries, what are the channel messages for the sign of Aries? Aries, some of you guys could have some issues with your groin area, or some other things going on here. I think that it's important to be patient with yourself as much as other people sometimes. Some of you guys are having a child, or you already are a mother, or you are thinking about a loss. Some of you guys did lose a child, or just kind of having some regrets about something to do with childbirth, or, you know, maybe losing a connection. There's just some grief here, and I think that it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to understand that you kind of hold this new opportunity in your hands, but it's time to deal with those emotions that you may not want to deal with. Those ones that you don't talk about, you know, the ones you kind of try to avoid or walk away from. But some of you guys do have this really strong connection with this person in your life, where maybe you're not around them, or maybe you never told them, or maybe it was something that ended. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of love here, and someone didn't know that. I think that there's a connection here that's beyond words, and beyond communication on this 3D, you know. A lot of things maybe you're unaware of, but you didn't really understand about this connection. I just feel like effort and attention would go a long way. Someone was really funny, someone really appreciates your creativity, and maybe they miss talking to you, or vice versa. But I just feel like, you know, it's okay to be independent. It's okay to, you know, try to find this balance and harmony. But if you don't have it within yourself first, there's no possible way to find it in another person, or to maintain it in another person. So just keep that in mind. What are the channeled messages for the sign of Pisces? Pisces is also very talented. Some of you guys are like really, really talented artists at drawing, especially. You have a skill or a craft, and you're very able to like adapt in a lot of situations. But it's like, is it helping you to grow and expand, or is there something that you need to take further in your career with your talents and gifts, to you know, go that next step in a certain situation? Some of you guys are thinking about plastic surgery. I would maybe on your eyes, like LASIK. I know of someone in my family who had it done, and while she was really happy with the results, it did actually, like, it's not something that's permanent. Like, you'd need it again probably in a few years. But if it's something that you're worried about, I think that it would be okay. You just have to, you know, kind of be aware that you need to be in a comfortable place and in a place of zen before you do it, and just take care of yourself. And I think that some of you guys, something to do with a purse. You could have left a purse somewhere. If you're looking for a purse, I feel like it's behind a pillow on a couch, or you could be missing your keys, or you locked yourself out. I feel like the keys could be on the couch, or behind this pillow as well, or in this certain purse that you wore out when you went somewhere, and maybe you just don't remember. I do feel like whatever you're looking for is already in your hands. It's just the understanding that, you know, the wheel moves in the way that it's supposed to. And I think that there's just a sense of individuality that they're trying to get you to see, and to not feel like you're being left out of anything, or someone in your life, that maybe it's just time for you to follow your path in a different direction, or you're trying to figure out what makes yourself happy at this time, because you don't want to be in a position where you're left out anymore. So you're building up things on your own and keeping things to yourself. Some of you guys, something to do with a house, but also I would be aware of, like, if you're having issues with your skin or your eyes, or like hearing and stuff, be aware of like your nerves and stuff. That it's an acute illness, and I think that it has a lot to do with something to do with your own body image. Like, you're afraid something's going to mess up if you were to have this surgery or something like that. Maybe it's just not the time to have that conversation, or maybe what you just need to realize is, like, you already know what it is that you need to do. Some of you guys do know, like, what's making you not feel very well. Some of you guys do need to get a scan or, you know, be aware of maybe some addictions and the long-term effects of that stuff. Maybe looking into that on your own. Gemini, what are the channel messages for the sign of Gemini? Gemini wants to go on a date. Gemini wants flowers and a date. Woo! These are moving together, I guess. Keeping things private in your family. Some of you guys could have some like muscle spasms with your nerves, or a Sagittarius may. And I do feel like it could have been an old injury in your hip or sciatic nerve issues. I would look into some holistic options there again. If you need help with that, let me know. Or just looking up those symptoms and what you could do for that as far as a holistic approach. Well, these are all the way upside down, so let's flip them. Gemini, I see some grief here as well with you and some regret about maybe a family situation. You wanted, you know, the vision you had for your family, maybe holding on to that same vision. And, you know, I feel like some of you guys, if this is what you truly want, you could have it, but you're going to have to work with this person and, you know, flaws and all, come back together and not make it just about one person, make it about both of you coming to a place of understanding each other and being happy and working towards those things together, instead of living in the past or things that happened in the past, because I don't think that that's just going backwards, it's not going forwards. Cancer, what are the channel messages for some of Cancer? Some of you guys have been maybe speaking up more lately, and I feel like that's making, you know, you're bringing some blessings into your life, maybe just for, you know, speaking your truth. Maybe you're talking more to people, or your communication skills are getting better, but I just feel like maybe in the past you wouldn't have said certain things, and you're starting to more. I do feel like maybe you guys take on a lot of energy of whoever your father was. Maybe your father didn't speak very much, so you don't, or something along those lines, where things just aren't talked about, so maybe you don't know what to say. But I don't think I think you're just improving, honestly, or maybe something you're dealing with. But I do feel like some of you guys are in a situation where there was just a lot of fighting, and it was stopping like the natural flow of resources for some of you guys. Things were just really out of balance. Maybe you found out some things that were going on. I do feel like, you know, something was really one-sided, and you just needed to move away from that energy to find happiness. And sometimes that comes with an ending, that comes with making a decision that you're not going to do that anymore, that if you have to put your guards up for a while, that you will. But at the same time, you know, some of you guys just be mindful of like blood and muscle things. I don't know if it runs in your family, or if there was something that required surgery or something like that, but just see nervous system, like antisocial behavior. Maybe you're dealing with a child that is that way, or, you know, maybe they feel like they're not emotionally supported, or you don't, but just know that you are. And that's kind of something that, you know, maybe you're telling yourself, or this person is, and it might not necessarily be true. But I do feel like some of you guys should wear more purple, because that color brings out a new sense of, I don't want to say consciousness, but it could be like a new way of thinking about things, you know, where you normally wouldn't have, so then things can move forward. Because I do feel like someone just is really slow moving coming towards you, but they do want to offer you like this love thing or ask you out, but maybe they're just really slow. You know what I mean? So just stay optimistic so that you can bring that energy in. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a good night. Bye.